It's activity day.
No, boo.
Come on. Do you want to watch a marathon?
Let these people rest. You mean like Rhoda's brother?
No, he's not in it.
Please pack your knives and go.
She said, let me look at my brother running a marathon. She said it.
She never thought I'd rather be running a marathon than this.
So we watched it 3 times, and I will concede that I was wrong. At first, I thought she said, oh, my brother is in the marathon.
It wasn't even me that brought this up. You brought this up.
I even wrote it down. I wrote, Rhoda's brother in the marathon?
Anyway,
No,
there's no room for rest. This is Top Chef.
That's right.
We're getting into it.
Let these people rest.
This here is But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio. Welcome, everybody. This is a Top Chef pairing.
Woo!
I am Jeff, your culinary and hospitality industry expert, and I'm with my friend Sundi, who will intro herself and tell us some of the biz we have going on.
I am Sundi, who routinely mishears things, and I am also the pop culture professor, self-proclaimed expert, not on interpreting things that castmates say.
Or say.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
We're sometimes different. All right. Starting off, we have scenes from last week, of course. We've got our guy Tristan with the legendary Southern Sides. Seeger taking it all. Brittany falls to LCK. And we were reminded of Jen being in a sling.
Yes, there's a lot of this in there. They really kind of like put it to her.
This is a lot in this one, yeah.
Yeah, they really put it to her. We'll get to it in a second. But
we got 11 chefs.
11 left.
To go, and that, in other terms, also means 3 people away from us doing Restaurant Wars, most likely, which now you're getting into it.
Okay.
We haven't talked about it much, but this is a big countdown. Restaurant Wars is like the big, episode of the season for lots of folks, and we're getting close.
How many folks do you need in Restaurant Wars then? How many
usually
contestants?
8, like 4 on 4. Because they'll split into 2 teams.
Okay. All right. So we're close then.
But we'll just, as we say, 11 chefs remain. Just remember, that's 3 from Restaurant Wars. So we'll start counting down.
Because there's 10 after this, because somebody goes home, as how it works.
10 does come.
Yeah. That's how it works. Correct. So I need to remind you, 10 is less than.
This is more of a how-to episode.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. Business a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you're listening to this, we had last week a ton of things, but coming up this week, obviously Vintage VPR, we have a very exciting interview with a previous contestant and world-renowned chef, Jim Smith. So stay tuned for that. And our Last Chance Kitchen is going to come this week also. And we have some recs of things that are kind of like related. And Jeff did a fun cook challenge. No spoilers, but it was so freaking good. He paired wine with fried green tomatoes, and I licked the plate. It was so delicious. Don't spread that around. And then Ladies of London on Thursdays, and of course, Vintage VPRs on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's the business. Okay, go.
3 kinds of fried green tomatoes.
Yes, it was a flight of fried green tomatoes.
That's right.
And it was so good. Jeff is 3 for 3. I will never again use a discerning tone from him. Everything is just you know what? You're going to cook it? Great. I'll eat it.
We'll see. We'll see how that,
yeah.
how much longer
no pressure.
That goes.
No pressure, sir.
Well, per our earlier conversation, we open up in the apartment. We have Jen and Rhoda. They're watching a marathon, and I don't think anyone that they're related to is running in it. I don't know that they're not.
So just to explain a little, they're sitting there and they're chatting, and when they're walking away, I heard Rhoda say, "Oh, isn't it weird my brother is running in the marathon?" That's not what she said, folks.
I never thought I'd rather be running a marathon.
Right. That's what she actually said. Yes. That is not what my brain heard. And I will admit, I heard it wrong.
These things happen.
Yeah. But Jeff made me replay it. And then made me replay it again and stared at my face the whole time as I realized I was wrong.
Trying to see your side of it. That's it. I'm equal opportunity.
That's right. That's right. But the arm's not getting better.
No, Jen's shoulder is really hurting her. She's taking her Chinese herbs, which doesn't sound like a huge help.
No, maybe she should just rub the herbs on the shoulder. Yeah. That feels like it might be more effective. Just rub them directly in.
And then to top it all off, if you'd rather be on the highway running a marathon, then maybe the competition you're in isn't one you're in for a long time.
It's a marathon of a different sort.
It is.
Yeah.
But to the kitchen pretty quickly.
Don't forget, Justin's in jeans.
We had to get to the kitchen first.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying with his cutie little red sneakers and his little cuffed jeans. I'm here for it. I mean, it's cute.
Kristen does point it out right away. She's got some jeans of her own.
Yeah, she is doing a very specific look. I wrote it down somewhere else when I finally noticed it, but I need her to just always be like with her arms out and her tattoos and her like sternum and her front ribs. I'm here for it. I endorse this message.
Okay, do you need a minute?
I need to excuse myself to an interior room. I'll be right back.
She's got some big jeans, some white shirt. It's like a tiny little David Byrne.
Yes, and there's some hip skin showing.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm okay.
And then Justin's covering up, like you said. He's got his long britches. And pretty quickly we meet North Carolina's own Fortune Feimster, which is awesome.
Carla loves her. Carla loves her so much. And you didn't know, but she is a North Carolina native.
But yeah, I didn't. For some reason, I had Florida in there. I'm going to let that out.
That is very rude.
We both had wrong things today.
That's very rude. How dare you?
We got a little hilarity from Sherry in this also. Wasn't she funny?
No.
Okay, TBD on that.
Hilarity is an overstatement.
She says she's funny.
No, she says she's not funny. She's like, oh, I love her. I'm not funny myself.
No, she's funny. Come on. She didn't want to tell the joke.
Sure. Really quick. The charity that Fortune Feimster is doing is Comic Relief. Is that the same stuff that like Robin Williams? Is that the same?
Exactly. The great pop culture landmark Comic Relief. Like a huge part of my childhood. That was a big thing every year.
Was it always about childhood poverty?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why they were providing comic relief.
I thought
it was a fundraiser.
I didn't know it was specific to children. I thought it was like general hunger.
General hunger?
Yeah.
Signing off.
Okay. Got it. So this particular challenge is going to, quote, highlight food and laughter.
Yeah, they have the toughest judges ever.
Y'all want to hear what they really think? Say it to a kid. Let a kid taste it. Let a kid see what you're wearing. Let a kid look at what you've made. And that's how you can really, really get a sense of what you've done.
Like 5 to 11-year-olds, they're going to just lay it all out in a very special and possibly hurtful way.
Mean. It's always going to be mean.
Dwayne points out pretty quickly, like, they're ruthless. Kids are ruthless.
Yeah,
that's it.
For sure. These kids are kind of like a little bit worldly, though.
Yeah, they're like a little actor kids, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Because they quiz them on some things.
They're very, like, little kiddish, though. It's cute. Their fave foods are, we got sushi.
What?
That wouldn't have been one when we were little.
That was real set up.
But sushi, pizza, and puffified things.
Yeah.
We like puffs.
And then Colorado and New York, these jet-setting children.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Who are these kids' parents? They're like, oh, what's your favorite place? I was like, oh, Disneyland. Oh, Six Flags. No, it's Colorado.
Yeah, I could name like a state or two away, maybe.
Sure. And, of course, the favorite like time of year.
Christmas.
Yeah, yes. that really tracks.
Yeah, it's got to be Christmas in Colorado, and at first involve a puffified object, and then we've got another one in there later.
Kristen was really needling this, though. Like, you could kind of hear like, hey,
they've got to, yeah.
Yeah, like she was really guiding that whole situation.
I've told you before, like, the things I don't like is when it gets real hokey. You've heard me reference vending machine and cooking on beaches and stuff like that, and we haven't had a ton of that. Like, this is one where, like, they've been under a bunch of heat. You know, like, this is one of those where they're just constantly throwing little things at you.
This was charming, though.
It is, and it's got the kids. It's fun.
As Kristen's whispering,
I love it.
I did too. I liked it a lot. It was really cute.
This is good. The goofiest one so far, for sure.
30 minutes and $10,000.
Yeah.
That's what this one is. Yeah.
From Wells Fargo. Have you heard of them? Did you know they're part of the show this year?
No, did they? I didn't realize. Oh, that's an interesting addition. Yeah.
A couple folks starting up with dessert. That's an awesome idea.
Well, really, Rhoda immediately connects Colorado with lamb. Is that a natural connection?
That's a thing. I mean, when cooking for 6-year-olds, I don't really know that.
Yeah, but I just didn't immediately think lamb.
Like in America, that's where a lot of lamb would come from.
I was thinking
a lot of ours comes from like New Zealand or Australia.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking like, well, that's a weird connection. Like, and then like, or maybe bison. But then Siegler's like, oh, when I was a kid, I didn't eat kid food. Oh, did you not have a TV either, Siegler? Like, shut up.
He doesn't enjoy cooking for the kids a lot. I mean, like, I appreciate his his age and energy. I think I would have probably shared a lot of those.
What's his age? Late 20s, early 30s?
Yeah, I'm gonna say right around 30.
So frat bro. He is a real frat bro.
Okay, I think you're reading into some things.
I got beef with Ziegler this episode, so just ignore my shenanigans if you don't want it.
I don't want $10,000 of mine to be decided on by some kids. Also,
well, too bad for you because here we go.
Well, I'm not in the running, so I'm good. Jen's got to get out pretty quickly. Like she starts moving around and her arms kind of on fire.
This is the second time she's had to opt out of a quick fire, and that's going to come into play later. So that's kind of a bummer that she has to kind of like opt out. She has good ideas, and so I kind of feel bad that she's feeling she's missing out on this kind of action here.
I did notice the confidence though of like, well, I got to get ready for elimination, and I was kind of like, elimination, like you're just going to scoot through, but that does come up.
Yeah, it does. That's a real assumptive attitude. But
of course, every week we got to go to Oscar for some comic relief of our own during the quick fire. I feel like there's always a nice Oscar moment. Like we got one high chair in the restaurant. We're not doing this for kids.
Just
we got one
for courtesy. It's just courtesy. This is courtesy. But he wants to do a puff pass for the pizza. That's not kid friendly, sir.
No, but like, it has poof in it, so he does. Yeah, he does get poof in there, and that's fun. But we're talking Chicago pizza puffs, by the way. This is a staple. I was so happy. As soon as he started messing with it, I was like, oh, like in Chicago. Oh, it's Oscar. And then he says that same thing. I was like, absolutely, man.
I feel like, though, we're not necessarily centering the children in these kind of like plannings. And it kind of
There's a bunch of line cooks around the age of 30. So I wouldn't say they're the most kid friendly.
So I did notice, and correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon and Lawrence are the only ones with children, right? Like they are the only contestants that have children at home. And that kind of gives them a bit of an edge.
Right to me.
Right?
I don't know. I don't remember. None of the females, Yeah,
I was kind of listening closely a little bit because that seems like it would give them a little bit of a one-up because you kind of understand that children are really picky and they're really stupid about what they're going to do. And so Brandon and Lawrence kind of like, this is for the one. But this is where I wrote Siegler has a real frat bro energy. Shut up. I wrote.
You want to you had that based on anything?
I forgot what he said.
To say?
I forgot what he said specifically.
Okay, well, Sundi's just coming with general hatred.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can have accused frat bro or that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't care for him this episode, but stay tuned.
Down the line, we got Anthony with some puffy chicken meatballs. Brandon's going dessert.
Yeah.
He has a kid. Brandon does.
Oh, yeah. That's what I wrote. But don't forget.
I remember Anthony did. But he calls him Brandon number 2, not Junior. He called him Brandon number 2. That's great.
They spring an element on him, too, though. They were like, Kristen's like, hey, do you want to make it harder? Whisper, whisper. And isn't this where she says, oh, don't forget, it's the corn nuts?
And Jonathan's doing some bread. And then the kids are bringing a new ingredient. That's the corn nuts.
Yeah. And I just want to say this right now. I will take this kind of improv over regular comedy improv any day.
Throw some food in the mix.
Yeah. I don't want to see improv. When I die and go to hell, it is going to be comedy improv and they're shouting out to the audience, give me an occupation. No, like, I'll burn in a lake of fire before I watch that shit.
This list of things Sundi doesn't like on this episode is we're on page 1 of my notes.
No, it's just 3. It's activities, Siegler, and improv. That's it.
Oh, I was throwing frat bros in there, I guess.
Well, that's conflating.
Yeah, not many of the people are a fan of the corn nuts, but to me, did not seem like a big deal. I mean, they ended up getting into most of the ingredients anyway, and I'm like, I don't feel like that's that wild. Again.
And here's where I wrote sherry, fried rosemary.
Look at that. Also have a question mark.
Yeah, that seems like a choice. And I think this is where having children gives you an edge initially, like when they are starting to plan out a little bit, because you kind of remember kids are like skeptical of new things and things that look weird or things that feel weird. And so that felt like a little bit. And the kids are like straight heckling these folks.
Oh, the one girl's like, oh, they're top chefs. They can handle it. Like, no. I think I'm sure like Seeger hears him say one of those things, and that was it for him. He's going like puff sorghum, and he's got this landscape going. I was like, maybe a bit deep for the kids, but we'll see.
Yeah, because what was the ingredient that he had that was like light, or that he was like frying? Like, they called it popcorn, but what was
sorghum?
Puff sorghum. I don't know if I know what that is, but Sundi has questions, y'all.
Gotcha. Let's see. Oscar was having some trouble frying his puff pass over there, looking a little greasy.
Yeah, he called it.
Yeah. There was lots of exciting stuff, like very potentially looking good stuff.
And we see Jen icing her shoulder, just kind of like sitting off to the side. And like, Kristen is so sweet. Love her. She's like, do you want to sit down? Do you need to like, have a thing? And so she's just standing there, icing her shoulder. And I'm conflicted about how I feel about this, because on the one hand, it does feel a little unfair that she gets to kind of sit out. But on the other hand, it must feel very frustrating that you aren't able to like get into the mix a little bit.
Way more frustrating. And you're also anticipating like your fellow, chef testants, and like, well, she didn't have to do it. I mean, that's the last thing you want to hear is like, give somebody ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, Kristen's checking in, and you mentioned, having to hold back some things for kids. Like, what do you think here? You got just a few minutes. You're cooking for some kids.
You need to make it as visually appealing as possible.
Sure.
Right? And you need it to feel as familiar. And the kids clocked into this on a couple of those things. They called out, like, I don't know what that is. And then one of the little girls kind of heckled. Who was it? Rhoda was like, oh, is that just like an excuse for it being burned? Like the kids, you have to make it seem as like offensive as possible, because they are going to decide before it ever even hits their mouth, I don't like this shit. Like, no, thank you. And some of them are really trying to balance the skill of the cooking, but also, like, what can I feed him? And some of them did really good. Like, so Brandon had the ice cream and Nutella. I'm not a Nutella fan. I think Nutella's really
So what would you cook for kids in this scenario that we're...
I mean, chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets. Hard, like chicken nuggets across the board.
Heck yeah. We have a couple fried chicken.
And pizza. And a couple of folks did that, which, didn't work out for them. But like you can't go wrong with chicken nuggets. And you can't go wrong with anything that like looks fun, like a meatball. So Anthony did like the meatball situation. That's a real win there.
Brandon kept it simple and fun with the ice cream, Nutella, maple, corn nut crunch. That's fun. That's all those things.
Fortune did a little dance when she ate Brandon. She was like,
Absolutely go ice cream.
Yeah.
Sherry's got puffified chicken, the herbs that you were talking about, some grits. Like, that's, I don't know about kid friendly. Dwayne's going ribeye with cheesy potatoes and ketchup.
I don't know about the kids, but that's my favorite. I put a star by it. I was like, I'm going ribeye with cheesy potatoes.
I want to go lamb shepherd's pie, really,
Yeah.
Then the poof pass pizza puff. Fun but messy, for sure. Lawrence with the sweet and sour fried chicken, puffed rice, and corn nuts. We got a vibe from one of those girls. This is a vibe.
Her stage mom was on the side, like, kept coaching her, like, look, girl. And then whichever one of the little kids that fell off their chair, like, her stage mom probably, like, put her on restriction for 100 years. Like, how dare you act like this on camera? Like, these kids are very much camera ready. And so they came ready to perform in this way. Whether or not they loved a dish or hated a dish, they understood the assignment here.
Yeah, they're on.
Yeah, for sure.
Justin's got the mountain of puffy potatoes, some cheesy snow, which I actually thought was pretty cool. Seeger is the one they fell off the chair about. Yes. The peppermint white chocolate, sorghum, pomegranate.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were like put off at first, by the way, some of the, or Seeger is put off at this point. I mean, he was not amused. So just maybe where you're getting some of your...
Note to self, never ask Seeger to babysit, because he hated every second of this shit. He resented having these children judge him. He was like, this shit is stupid. I hate you. Why am I here? His stupid face just belied his disdain for the whole thing.
I know he is. He wants you to feel it. It's through the camera. Anthony's got the meatball, like you said, but it's a soup, like a turkey meatball soup, and corn nuts are all over. Jonathan does a pizza also with some fruit. tons of cheese, and we didn't get anything from Jen.
The kids ate the fruit. The grown-ups, they went straight
said
for it.
no. I didn't eat that.
She's like,
no.
I'm going straight for the kids. I'm going straight with the kids.
So Rhoda, Sherry, who was messy, and Oscar, who got a yuck. Yeah. Unfortunately, was at the bottom.
This is the start of maybe the shift of it, because these three folks, Rhoda, Oscar, and Sherry, have been at the top of our lists for the last weeks, and especially Rhoda having waterlogged mash as your feedback, that is tough. And so I think that these three who have been consistently performing in such a good way, getting this negative feedback, they got the yips. Hands down, period. And this happened to Rhoda. I think it happened to Sherry too. They were rattled.
Yeah, that definitely can happen. And I think having come out the gate so strong, you know, it's just kind of a shock to her. Brandon, Seeger, Jonathan with his pizza, all were the faves, but Brandon going home with the $10,000 on this one.
Siegler got it's Christmas in my mouth. So that's a thumbs up. That's a good rave there.
And I wrote here that Seeger gave a who cares, because that's what we were getting from him.
By the way, in case you haven't realized, I hate him this episode. I'm taking it episode by episode, but sir, get yourself together. Oh, this is where I noticed Kristen had those sexy little red shoes on.
Oh, sexy red shoes. Thank you.
Just saying.
All right. We're off. It's an activity time.
Fucking activity.
I know you love it. This is great. This is fun having right here.
Yeah, listen, I'm not mad.
Fun having.
I'm not mad at fun, Jeff. I don't hate fun, but you have mentioned the intensity of these people's schedule.
Yeah.
They are on it. Can we let them rest? Can we let them sit on a couch and drink wine and put a face mask on and wear matching sweats? Do we have to put them in rock climbing and zip lining and rafting? No, we shouldn't do that. We should let these people get themselves together. An activity is not the play here.
So you would like the lazy river as well?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Or, even better yet, the lazy couch.
Lazy couch, I'm sure.
Lazy bath.
With their green matching sweatsuits would probably be great.
It's too much. They're going too hard.
Well, we're on to the elimination challenge now.
Yeah.
We're talking dehydrated meals. They're bigger, getting trendy. There's tons of ways to do it. I've got some experience with it. Yourself?
Yes. Not so much me, but my dad.
In the family, yeah.
My dad is the king of dehydrating. He could, put your shoe in there and be like, this is delicious, Bubba. Apparently, one of the twins, I don't know which one, I'm having a really hard time differentiating between them.
Jonathan.
Okay, thank you. He has a lot of experience, so much so that the other brother, not Daryl, but the other brother is...
Daryl?
My other brother, Daryl.
Yeah, I know the Newhart reference.
Oh, thank you so much. You're the only one.
Kids, use your Google on that one.
You're the only one who'll get it. But so much so that his brother is like, ooh, I don't want to stand up next to that. I think that he is going to really run away with this.
Well, that's the dessert too. It's really the fact that he's doing a dessert. He scares him off. So he must be quite a powerhouse.
Yeah.
There.
But before we get to it,
it's time for the Whitewater Center.
Oh my God.
Come on, it's a little break.
It is. It's fun. And if they're into it, I want it for them. But they're tired.
Yeah, I do wonder how long, because I'm sure even after an hour of all the fun having, like I said, it's all right, so we could watch TV?
Yeah. And what is it? June? July?
July, I think. Yeah.
In North Carolina.
Yes, it's warm.
These folks are sweating their nuts off and then have to immediately go and do the hardest thing they've ever done. They're grinding them down. This is strategic on Top Chef's part.
Well, they get a little rest up, hopefully, that night.
Sure.
We've got 75 minutes of dehydration prep starting here. They're setting up. I can't believe they had to set them up. That can take a minute. These things are they're not the most durable material always. They're kind of thin, so they can take a minute to set up sometimes. So
from our coverage and our talks too, you were always like, why do a thing that you're so unfamiliar with? And I noticed that I said, Jonathan, is it a question mark? He was talking about he hasn't done a meringue since school.
But he hadn't done it in that area also was a big thing.
Right.
Like,
and so that kind of that raises a red flag to me. Like, why pick a thing that you are not done? And like, I'm starting to learn some of the tales and some of the flags and stuff. I'm like, dude, don't do something that you are unfamiliar with, because that could go left in such a quick way. Like, we'll see a little bit later. But Sundi has a question.
Yes.
What is a pavlova?
That is whipped egg whites, like a meringue of whipped egg whites. And then you dry that out. I mean, you can really, I don't know if it's traditionally or not, but you can it's one of those, you can have the oven on super, super low and kind of crank the oven, leave it in there, and it would kind of dry it out overnight.
What's the texture of it?
That's another part of it. That's what I was going to say. It's another, remember we were doing plays on textures a couple weeks ago? So it's got a kind of crunchy outside and a real soft inside. So it's kind of a play with textures. So it's a very cool thing to pull off.
But
it just takes a lot.
How is that dehydrated?
When you draw the moisture out of it, those egg whites dry into a very unique texture. It dries out.
Is it a hard technique to do? Because it seems like
if they're doing those little ones like they were doing, the ones that were probably like the size of your palm of your hand, that's doable. A lot of them are a dinner plate size, and those can take 24 hours or more. Because
it seems like dehydration is kind of a broad swath, right? You're not doing these molecular techniques on things. You either dry it all out or, and so the pavlova situation seems strange. But I guess Brandon had to pivot here too, right? Was that the one? He was the one that had to do something.
Well, they both did. One of them pivots away from doing desserts completely, and the other one has to make the meringue part of his dessert rather than.
This is cousin fuckers all over again.
This is a Vanderpump restaurant.
Yes,
here.
I am struggling. I know they look different, and I'm starting to tell that they are different, but I'm having a hard time remembering. I wish, and I wrote this earlier, why can't they put the chyron with their name every time they're doing their confessional? They don't, because they'll pop up and be like, so and so, blah blah blah, and it's just no identifying chyron, and that feels offensive to me. I feel like they're pointed. Help me out. I have face blindness, apparently.
I'm sorry this has been such a rough episode for you.
It's just hard because
everybody's coming for you.
I was really hard on them at first, and so I feel like I need to root for one of them, but I can't tell which one I need to root for.
You'll find it.
Because one of them is super cool, and the other one is meh. And so, but I'm having a hard time figuring out which one is which.
I can't even help you because I don't even know which one you think is
Me either. That's the problem.
You do want things to dry out completely, though. That is how you're going to get the best use out of them. And that's why you see people slicing things super thin, breaking down the fruits, vegetables, peppers, and all that. Yeah. That's what they're, the thinner that stuff is, the less time it'll need in there.
Rhoda is using squidding, and I was so excited for this because this is such an interesting idea. I feel like, in terms of especially last one when they were doing color and all that stuff. So interesting that. But then Anthony does a banga broth. Sundi has a question. What is a banga broth?
That's a palm nut soup, often served with fish.
Okay. And it has it's a nutty, woody feel. Okay. All right. Siegler has freaking immunity. So he's walking around whatever is doing whatever. And I just need him to get himself together. Okay. There's a humility that you need to start. Look back to Rhoda when she ran 2 in a row. She wasn't walking around she didn't smell herself. Okay. Siegler's walking around he smells himself. That's what my mom used to say. He's out here smelling himself.
I like Anthony's though. You mentioned it already with the banga broth. And he's he's down from the sides competition they talk about, and he really wants to go for it.
Yeah.
And I've been big on him, so I've been pretty excited to see when he's going to kind of step up again. It looks like he's ready to. Justin, again, being strong support staff. We don't hear a lot of his actual dish for a little while, but we always see Justin helping folks out.
Yeah, I like his energy. I was hard on him at first as well, too, just because he was kind of in Jen's shadow a little bit.
Yeah.
But as she kind of has to nurse this injury, you start to see him kind of emerge as his own being a little bit. And I like him a lot. Did you talk about Oscar's dehydrated mom's mole?
I haven't yet, no.
Okay. Well,
Did you go somewhere?
Well, I was just going to say, doesn't he do mole a lot?
Yeah, a lot. And he's doing 2 moles that will eventually make a mole. And he's doing a little mole leather or powder on the side. It sounds, dangerous. the stuff you're not supposed to be doing. I mean, making a mole is a long process. So drying this stuff out overnight, like, and then hopefully it looks a certain way. And then you're going to develop that into 3 different things. And 2 of those are going to be one thing. Like right there on paper, you got to say, hey, you seem very enthusiastic about this.
And
but I don't
calling
know if
it
this challenge is the time for it.
Calling it mom's mole is, you're really setting the bar here too, right? Because anything that you're going to attach your mom, like, oh, this is my mom's chocolate chip cookie recipe. This is my mom's blah, blah, blah. It better be good as hell or else you're just shaming the family.
Yeah. Jen's over here doing something that I thought was sounding very good from the beginning. She's tossing some scallions around and was kind of struggling, but she's like talking about focaccia and dip.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought that
you got my attention right here.
I thought it was real smart to do a dip. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
And she kind of like plays around a little bit sometimes with like bread and like the texture of it too. And I'm interested in that too. And she's just powering through at this point. You can tell she's hurting. You can see that she holds her hand in this like position where she's obviously struggling. And you have shoulder issues.
She's doing
as well.
something that I do similar.
I was just about to say.
I even wrote like, I want to know how this feels because I have lots of questions about it. Honestly, they could have done a whole show on that.
As we're talking, Jeff's hand drifted to his own shoulder.
I'm constantly rubbing my shoulder.
As we're talking about it there.
Lawrence, also someone I'm worried about at the beginning. He's dehydrating pomegranate molasses for glass, and that's going to go on a salad that he has 2 days to prepare a dish for, and he's doing a salad. Something they have talked about before, like make sure if you've got a lot of time that you're using it wisely on a dish that seems like it takes a lot of time. So
2 days for a salad is ill-advised.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
Would not recommend it.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to do 3 sauces and 2 of them become one, yada, yada. I wouldn't want to do, the meringue thing you're talking about. These are all red flags here.
This sherry smoked Kalamata olive salt, listen, just pour that down my throat. That sounds like the best thing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I love like a salty savory and anything that, oh my God, that sounds so good. Like, yes, sherry. Yes. I just wrote yum.
Yeah. We get to see the twins kind of like all over each other, checking each other out, talking, doing their twin thing here.
Mm-hmm.
And now we get to the activities. You finally get to see what they're up to.
I don't want it.
Come on.
It's fun. Like, and that they're enjoying it, that's great. Most of these folks are in their like 30s, early 40s. It's just, it's requiring too much energy, right? Like, I know they want to like, quote, give them a break.
I think, see your guy.
Yeah, my guy.
Like ready to let out some steam. I get it. Like get some energy out, get out in the sun, rest up good that night. Like instead of just doing the competition and then you're at judge's table and then it's off to the apartment to go to bed. Like now you at least get to do the kitchen stuff early, go do some outdoor stuff, and then take it easy at night.
I mean,
get at least 3 hours of sleep that night.
Sure. I mean, listen, I'm not going to belabor a point. Y'all know how I feel about an activity. These people are grinding their souls to nubs. It's fine. You know what? Reward them with a white water rafting trip when they win. Don't force them to get out there. Like no joke. It is 100 degrees out there. Like we know what it's like. It's doing too much.
There's a little team building, a little competitors turning into friends kind of thing going on.
I just wrote, no man, can I just have wine? Like just.
You can have one.
Just send me home. It's just enough. But here in this like interesting too, and you kind of like scoffed me down a few minutes ago, but I am sensing a little bit of a vibe between Rhoda and Lawrence. Maybe it's just like chef friends, but like I don't know. There's some kind of like energy that's building between those two.
Is it when Lawrence talks about missing his baby? Is that what you think gets going?
So he can have a baby.
Sundi comes from a line of Bravo shows, very long, and that doesn't include Top Chef. It includes other shows.
Sir, I am a student of human nature. Okay. And he can have a child at home and still, get a boner for one of his chef testants.
We put $5 whole on it. How about that?
No, thank you. I'm not a betting lady.
All right.
Because I shy away from being really firm in my convictions. But I'm just saying.
Untrue.
Showmance, ?
Sure. Well, let's leave it at that.
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. Because there was, too, which, listen, I promise I'm smart, okay?
Do you know what the phrase "we'll leave it at that" means?
Well, I was going to talk about this pop-up situation that they came on. So Lawrence, Rhoda, and Sherry made a post on Instagram, which I immediately got excited about. It was about this like restaurant that they're doing, this like pop-up situation. They like promised it wasn't an April Fool's joke. I immediately sent it to Jeff. I was like, Jeff, look at this. Because they even said, this is not an April Fool's joke. I feel like it maybe was an April Fool's joke.
It might have been an April. How about we'll leave it? We'll leave that at that now also.
When
we find out about one of those, we'll be sure to find out about the other.
I just feel silly now because I was firmly in this. I was like, oh my God, this is so interesting. They even said that it wasn't, but it was.
We have fun.
Yeah, we do. We have fun. It's usually at my expense. So
it's elimination day now after they got a great night's rest.
Yeah.
Sure.
I really want to just shout out one of my students. So Anthony is talking about his like Cameroonian experience and how you want to enter. And I currently have a Cameroonian student, and she has been writing a lot about her community, and her project is to create a meal with her mother and her aunts, and she's going to bring it in and have us like share this Cameroonian meal. And I even told her today, I was like, oh my God, what are the contestants on there? And so I'll report back about how wonderful and interesting it is. But I thought it was a fun little connection between this life and, you know, my day life.
Worlds colliding.
That's right. That's exactly what it was.
More of like an ominous start, I feel like, to this one. Like, it just seemed a little heavier.
Yeah.
Lawrence just didn't seem like he was going for it. Rhoda's get confident. She's going to keep her dish simple. Like, everyone's kind of assessing their ingredients, seeing where stuff's at. And like, you wanted to talk about Sherry's calamata. Like, I want to talk about this thing Dwayne's got, this braised pork. It's like, I had to look it up. It's Pitka, Greek style.
As in like the Bears coach?
That's Ditka. I'm not even doing this, folks. This is Pitka with a P.
What's a Pitka?
That's like a Greek style, like a pork pita. You know, that's usually like lamb or beef or something, or chicken. It's like a braised pork pita.
Like a sandwich.
Yeah, with like tzatziki and lettuce, tomato.
Yum.
Yeah.
So not like the Bears coach.
He would love it.
Yeah, he definitely would.
Ditka and a Pitka should definitely be. If you can get me that instead of Elf on the Shelf.
Shut up with a Ditka on a Pitka.
It's a Ditka and a Pitka, folks. You're going to love that. These are Greek-style pork pitas we got here.
Oh, we're here all week, y'all.
Take Sherry's smoked calamata powder and put that on the pork pitas.
I want to interject here, too, because Sherry talks about, in terms of the accessories of the dish, and she quotes Coco Chanel, who was a Nazi sympathizer. So I just want to like interject that for folks who are interested in the history of Chanel and what it is. And yeah.
All right.
Coco Chanel. It's not to grind our fun time to a halt, but Coco Chanel. I
like to do the fun thing when you throw Nazis into the conversation.
I know, it's hard to go. It's hard to pivot from Nazi sympathizer. My apologies.
Lawrence is super happy with his pomegranate glass also.
I'm sorry. I did that to us.
Rhoda with the veggie leather. I like to see. That's a fun thing to make.
I am really interested in the leather. And like, my dad does this all the time, but I never thought to call it like a leather.
Yeah.
You know, like my dad made homemade fruit roll-ups.
The first time somebody did it, I was like, oh, it's kind of like a leather. And somebody's like, yeah, that was my fruit leather. I kind of thought that was the nickname for it in our kitchen. Like, our little group called it that, and that was it.
Yeah, because my dad does it all the time. And so I'm like, oh, it's like a thing. I'm going to put my dad on Top Chef. Bubba, go to Top Chef.
Do you think Bubba would, if he knows a dish is going to be in a place where there's too much moisture for it to cook, do you think he would do that?
No.
Well, Brandon did.
Yeah.
He knew.
My dad knows all things about everything. So I can't even like say things. I will say this though, before we start getting to like the presentation, the plating is so stressful to me. When like somebody and
like when the time's winding down.
Yeah, and like who do they elect to call it out? Like, it's 10 seconds.
Oh, it's random. I think it's whoever they're by.
Oh my God. I couldn't about it. It is so stressful. And everybody's like, like running around.
When it's like, hey, announce how much time there is. Because you're looking at the clock anyway, like 48 seconds. when the people are running to grab like a new container or something, and then you can tell they've been asked to win something, you've got to like look at her board, assess the situation, like, hey, what are you doing with that lemon? And then act half interested. And you're like, I got my own stuff to do here, man. I got 20 grand on the line with one plate of food.
It is the absolute, anything in which you are kind of racing a clock is just a high tense, but then you're shouting out and everybody's like, hey man, your burner's still on. Hey, you good over here? Oh, I think you forgot it. Like, oh.
There is a good old SNL skit. It's a Top Chef with Christopher Walken, and they're doing that like it's Andy Samberg and the crew doing it back then. It's wonderful. Please check that out. We should leave a hookup to that. A link, some people call them.
A hookup.
Yeah. Speaking of items that seem strange, Oscar, it seems weird all over. Like he seems happy with the mole, but he's talking about like the grits and asparagus and the dry and the liquid coming together. Just seemed strange at this point.
Yeah, I think though he had kind of like earlier in, even when he was like doing the thing for the kids, he kind of is already in a place. He's on his back foot. And so, and I hate to say it, but all of my like top picks are just not performing this episode. And I'm a little bummed.
Yeah, there's a little
about that.
Upside down, and there's a little bit of it flipped on this one for sure. Justin's is another one that I am calling out big time for. I'm all about it. Like doing the XO sauce.
Sundi has a question.
XO sauce is...
Thank you.
Like, it's usually, I think it's one of those things where no matter who you ask, it's done differently, but it's usually several different kinds of dehydrated seafood. Like fermented fish paste and a bunch of spices cooked down to like something very thick, and then that's brought up with like liquid, and then it's brought back down to make this very unctuous sauce. Like we did it, I've done it with seafood and ham together, just the seafood. This one is like mixed with some beef broth, and he's doing scallops and XO sauce. This is so very hearty, good sounding dish, right?
Not a Zoe sauce, because in my brain I was saying, oh, a Zoe sauce, interesting.
Yeah,
not a Zoe sauce.
XO, yeah, just.
I mean,
right out there.
I'm trying to be fancy, and then you just go straight up normal. I'm like, you're really keeping me on my toes here.
You can be both.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
Maybe your normal is fancy.
Sure. Yeah, so you were worried about Lawrence with his salad. It does seem like 2 days for a salad can be,
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Jonathan's got the moon rock, and he's using some hydrocolloids, getting all kinds of stuff going. Like you were saying about the dehydrating, like, you do that in place of having to use the different chemicals and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's using all that stuff to do the same things that we were trying to get, away from in this challenge. So it's interesting he pulled that in with his...
It feels like, I say this to my students sometimes too, it feels like when you get so close to the task, you can't like kind of zoom out and see a larger situation. I think it comes into play a little bit later I think it was maybe Sherry, but you're so close to the tree that you are not necessarily like clocking the whole woods, and they really get like lost, as somebody says, a pun, lost in the sauce. Like and so they're just so like concentrating on the atomicness of it, that it's like, oh hey, could we eat this in a real way? How are they going to receive this?
Does this have anything to do with the challenge?
Yeah, exactly.
Brandon's doing a very interesting combo here, fish and strawberry, and I say that from a very personal, like a coworker of mine and I tried for a while to like really make different kinds of fish and strawberry work. It's tough. It is very hard to make those. We did it with several different kinds of fish, and he's smoking those things together. I have that one a big no. I mean, if it comes out, great, but I've got huge doubts on that one. Like I said, it does come from personal experience also, and I always hope somebody knows better than me, I'm sure.
Pineapple leather with a Thai basil, I could get on board with that. That sounds real yum. But
the seafood and the strawberries.
Yeah, the strawberry sometimes seems like it could overpower a lot of situations. So, I mean, I don't know.
And Jen's coming with I think it ends up being a smoked catfish dip with the focaccia she made. Oh.
Yeah, girl.
I even gave it a super.
Yeah. Not a super.
That looks super. And then Sherry, who makes Coco Chanel remark here, but we don't need to get into that.
I'm just saying.
I like to see when people pull from outside influences, but I guess it depends on
who
that person is. No, I've already learned enough. Thank you. I'm not getting that algorithm going.
I mean, it's hard for me because I am so into a Kalamata situation and a potato chip and a tomato. Like you're it seems like you have all of the elements of a really yummy thing.
Yeah, and her basil puree, that bright green, looked awesome.
Yeah, they should have used some of these elements. Should have gone back to the other challenges. It kind of seems like.
So we finish up with a few more quick shots. Lawrence with the brassica salad. I don't really get Jonathan's muffins. Rhoda is dripping stuff out of the fryer for this monkfish she's talking about. It's very awkward.
Sundi has a question.
Yeah.
What can you compare monkfish to me? Is it like a whitefish? Is it like a fishy? I don't know if I've ever had monkfish.
A lot of people compare it to like the fish itself, to lobster tails.
Okay. All right. That helps me because the way they talked about it later, I could not.
It has a pretty unique texture.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I needed to know because I couldn't get a sense of why they were
flaky or steaky. It's almost like a rubberiness to it.
Yeah,
I like it. It's very good.
I couldn't get a sense of why they were so reactive to it.
Yeah, it can hold on to liquid very well, as a matter of fact, also.
Okay.
But now we get to see who we have at judges' table. Some very cool guests. Yeah. The folks from Kindred.
She was so nice and so diplomatic.
They both were, yes.
I feel like that would be the way I would be. If I was a judge, I don't know if I could just be so hardcore. The lady from Kindred was just really complimentary. And, I guess Tom gets to be the foil to that. But she was just having a really hard time finding something to critique.
Yeah. Who knows, how long they're really there,
Yeah.
It's always fun to kind of speculate about that kind of thing.
I do have a question about that as well.
Sure.
This is kind of a technical question. I'm sorry if you don't know the answer to it. I know you love it when I do that, but how do they decide, the order of the groupings? Because the only reason I ask this is because one of the servings or, one of the rounds had a sweetness to it. So it seems like you would have to plan that you would serve something sweet with something else. So is there a rhyme to the reason?
I don't think so at this point. There's still so many people. They're not really concerned with finishing sweet and start, there's so many things people can, because you're just cooking with this one thing, which could go, dehydrated stuff. They're making salads, desserts, and everything in between, and breads and dips. So you're just kind of gonna taste what you're gonna taste. You've got to be ready for whatever.
And that speaks to what you're saying, because there has to be some kind of time in between the serving so that their palate can kind of get a sense, or kind of reset, I guess.
We've also got Top Chef alum.
Oh, yeah.
Serena from Wisconsin.
She even said, she was like, it's so weird being on this side of it.
Way better, I bet.
Yeah, for sure.
Gail's sans glasses this week. Thought you might be disappointed.
I did, but I follow Gail on socials, and she had a bit of a...
We all follow Gail.
Yeah, I know you do. But she had a bit of a fall, and that is why she was wearing those slutty little glasses the last couple of times, because there's a picture on her social with a black eye and some things, and she was really worried that when she fell, she was like, I can't believe I didn't break my nose. So all of that was aesthetic. She pulled it off perfectly and she looked like a beautiful angel, but it was very much a practical choice with her slutty little glasses.
This has been Sundi Reads Instagram, one of my favorite new segments we're doing on the show.
That's right. Sundi does read Instagram. I'm in the know, Jeff. I'm in the know.
We get a pretty strong start right out the gate. Anthony, Justin, we were going in groupings of 3.
Yeah.
Anthony with a seared coho salmon. That's the banga broth. We got smoked oysters in there, infused rice.
Tom has a
lot going on.
Very strong reaction to Brandon. I think Tom may have a little bit of a pathological demand avoidance. Don't tell him what to do. Don't give him a dish with instructions, sir.
I don't mind that. I don't want it every dish, and I mean only certain kind of restaurants, but every now and then. I mean, you're in this huge competition, just a little. I mean, also Brandon screwed up royally, so he's really trying to do he's pulling all the tricks out at this point.
When he when he called it a moon rock, and it felt a little gimmicky to me, and I thought, like, sir, maybe just chill on the gotcha surprise of it and just kind of rely on the thing. But
that's my bad. Did I say that? I meant Anthony did the salmon and on it. Did I say
no?
Brandon?
I don't know. I thought you said Brandon.
I might have.
Sorry, that's okay. That's
Anthony's dish, I love that.
Yeah, you got because he did the banga broth because you were really a fan of the banga broth.
Even though Justin's, this is the XO steak sauce, the strip, dehydrated olive, mushroom. I mean, this sounds awesome.
Yeah, he got mixed reviews though. They were kind of confused. Yes. They were kind of concerned with how many elements that were on the plate, and they said that about a few things. But Justin was kind of a meh. If you had a yay, boo, or meh, I think he got kind of a meh.
Yeah, said he was kind of all over, with the plating. Brandon's was poor execution. Really didn't like that. Overall.
They said he was showing off.
Yike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Anthony got memorable, cooked well. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the good stuff you want to hear
raves,
right there.
Yeah.
You saw Anthony, I noticed, it looked like it was about 45 minutes left when he was starting to sear his fish. Before that, he's trying to get a crisp skin on that salmon, and then he can kind of have it ready to go. So when it's time to plate, he's in and out. Rhoda, they show her with 30 minutes, who's just starting to season it. And they show her a few minutes later, and she's just kind of waiting it out. It's like, there's no reason to not get that stuff cooking. But I just thought, I was like, are you just doing this for drama? And then if you want to talk about the movie, the drama, we can. But
the timing of it does seem like a whole nother layer of skill to it.
Yeah.
Because, I guess these folks, have an understanding if they're in their restaurant, they have to fire things at a time to get it at a table. But their table's not going to fire them if it comes out 10 minutes late or whatever. And so the timing of it, like I was saying, the plating is an added element of tension that feels, I don't want to say unfair, but it just feels like it could be, I hate for that to be the make or break element of it, right? Like in a organic and a real world situation, I guess this is why it's Top Chef, but the 5 minutes extra that you took to wipe the plate off or get the extra crispiness on a sear is fine. There's a latitude in there, but these folks are just not allowed that, and that creates such a stressful situation.
I mean, she has her time to do whatever in the world she wants to do, and she decides to stand by the tray of fish, just not doing anything and talking about how she's not doing anything.
Jeff has turned on Rhoda. Let this be the
false. That is not true. But I like her so much. I am like, why aren't you doing something?
Yeah,
because when they showed Anthony searing with 45, I was like, man, that's almost early. Then they show her not doing anything at 30, and I'm freaking out.
Well, Oscar kind of gets the opposite end of that, where he is really racing against the clock, and he forgets something.
No, well, at first he cranked up the oven. This is another classic Top Chef. Do not do this at the last second. That lamb is cooking. Just give it a minute.
Well, did he have a minute to give, though? Because
he's not even going in this round yet.
Yeah, fair enough. So
we have Sherry, Lawrence, and Jonathan coming up now. Sherry has the summer cassoulet, which looks awesome.
I don't know what a cassoulet is, but that's fine.
There's your Kalamata crumble.
Yes. Just
tomato skins.
Inject that into my veins.
Tomato potato chip, which I want to know more about that.
Yeah.
Lawrence and the salad. I'm not talking about it. Jonathan with a smoked swordfish, dehydrated strawberries, got a jicama mandarin salsa, Mizuna lime meringue. I mean, that's a lot going on. Really, to just an
Yeah.
What?
Aside from Lawrence's problems that he had, was it him that they said that he didn't have the dehydration element? Was that him?
The textures were just all over the place, and it was overdressed, and it didn't make sense.
And we know that is a real cardinal sin to not meet the criteria of the challenge to the letter. And so you don't do that, and it's like really, that's the sin.
When they're introducing the judges and everything, they say very clearly, we're looking for textures over here. Now, hopefully they reiterated that enough to the cheftestants. Sherry's was very good, cooked well, great texture. So
she loves olives.
Yeah, she's kind of the star of that one.
Mm.
Next up, Rhoda Seeger, who is looking kind of tired.
Yeah, well, all that fucking rafting, all that activity, maybe if he had got to rest, he wouldn't be looking so bedraggled.
Rhoda's got the squid ink crusted monkfish with a squid ink adobo, dehydrated, what was it, broccoli and garlic chips, yeah?
Yeah.
And this had a weird reaction to everybody.
Oh, man.
Right away.
Tom immediately, he's like, I can't eat that. That is the last thing you want to see, because, when they put the dishes down, they're all clocking, and Oscar makes note of this, they're all clocking the reaction. Like, what does their face look like? What are they doing? And the judges are all trying to kind of be as, democratic as possible. But Tom says, I won't eat this, and slides it away. Oof.
It didn't look right, I will say.
Well, that's why I was kind of asking about what a monkfish ought to look like, or what the texture is, because she just, and she even said she tasted it and said that it was fine.
I don't believe her.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, but Jeff is not mad at Rhoda at all this episode.
I am not. Trust me. Tired Seeger did a poached chicken, which sounds kind of tired. Morel quenelles and like a consomme, and it looked very cool. They know whose dish it was right away, which is they're starting to learn the people there. And beautiful but confusing. I guess he just dehydrated the vegetables. I mean, it did look very cool.
Called it spa food?
Spa food.
And I don't know, does that mean there wasn't a lot of substance there, or
I think it looks like something that's like very veggie heavy and kind of healthy looking and done in a fancy way.
Healthy looking? How dare they? How dare they?
Hey, look, if it was great, he wouldn't have labeled it spa food, though.
Well, look, I mean, spa food is a lot better than grits are congealed.
Grits are congealed, overcooked lamb, with all that. When he's talking about Mama's mole, when he gets to that, I'm like, he put that on there to try and cover.
Yeah.
Like, if I say this is Mama's, you can't say anything bad about it if I say it's Mama's mole.
Don't bring your mother into this. Leave her alone. Let your mother rest.
The lamb's hammered, I think, as they say. The dehydrated element was good, but I mean, it didn't have any chance as a dish. Once they saw that, I think Seeger's is the best out of those three, it looks like, but not the best showing of them.
Yeah.
Then Jen, Dwayne coming up last. Both of these looked awesome.
Yeah, they both got thumbs ups here.
And Jen's, I thought it was great because there's something real Midwest, smoked whitefish and turning that into a dip. But she does catfish, so like it's real North Carolina also.
Yeah.
I mean, Dwayne's just looked amazing. Coconut braised pork belly.
You had me at pork belly.
Radicchio, Thai basil, chimichurri, rice with dehydrated shrimp, and every component was delicious. They said cooked well.
And the way that she got the rice to kind of absorb all those things, if I had to pick any of these, I feel like Dwayne's would have been the one. If all this was on a menu, this is the one that I would have picked to eat, because I mean, all you had me at pork belly. Like it just looked really good, and they loved it. Fantastic, delicious. Like they were just really raving about it.
Yeah, I mean, the favorites for me, 3 of them ended up in the judges' table, like Anthony, Sherry, and Dwayne.
Yeah.
Well, really, I like Jen's and Justin's both. I'm throwing them both at the top also. I'm still intrigued by Justin's, and I mean, focaccia you just made with some fresh smoked fish dip. I mean, that is a fantastic thing right there.
Give it.
Anthony takes it, though. He needed it, he said.
This is not his first win, though. Yeah, or is it?
I think it's his second.
Yeah, I think so, too. But I love how he's just like, what? Who, me? They love me.
I think he was before, too.
Yeah, they love me. They really love me.
Yeah.
Like, he's just really cute and stays really kind of, like, humble about it. And I really liked it.
He's been up there at the top. It wasn't like he's been hovering around the bottom and then got... He had one quick fire not go great, and that was it. Pretty much.
But then when they talk about the least faves, like, it must be really hard to just stand there and just hear these people say these things about the dish that you just slaved over, because they come real hot for all three of them.
And it's bad if you're up there, because sometimes you're up there for something that maybe didn't go great, but the other two, one of the other two, hopefully has done something just horrific, left a ring mold on the plate, not put something on the plate. No, all of them did what they wanted to do, and it was not great for all of them.
Yeah.
So you've got to think, like, that's kind of the most nerve-wracking.
Yes.
If if it's you that did something horrible and you're up there, you're like,
yeah,
all right, man, that's just kind of low stakes. It's probably me.
I'll cop it. But, like, all of them. And whenever they questioned Rhoda, she was like, no, I really stand by it. Like, I ate it. It was good. And everybody was kind of, like, giving an eyebrow, kind of like you were like,
Well, you thought Oscar's congealed grits was a bad. Did you catch what they called it? What it was like in the judges' table?
No, what?
They were like eggs. They were trying to figure out the eggy consistency of the grits.
Y'all.
So I hate this for all of them.
I eat grits at least once a week.
Yes.
Oh, that is tough. What really stuck with me, though, was they said that Lawrence's ate greasy.
Yeah, salad.
Oh,
salad. And not like a fried chicken salad.
I mean, a greasy salad, and it was overdressed, sir. That is, call the police.
So what happens? What happens with these three?
Well, so poor old Rhoda.
Yeah.
She has been in the top for us. She has been our seated, like, unilaterally almost every single week. And now this is a real upset. I even wrote, like, upset, because what? Like, how? So, I mean, we'll see her in Last Chance Kitchen. She has to face Nan, which I got my feelings about that. I felt like, poor old Nan, here you come. But before they even announce any of that, they make this, like, really ominous announcement.
It is, yeah.
It's really...
Somebody's getting pulled to the side.
Yeah, that's never good, right? Like, that's never good. And, Kristen, God love her, so sweet. She's like, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, how you doing? Right? Like,
I'm like, what is this?
I was like, she's like, you good, girl? And she's like, just give me the news.
Yeah.
So Tom gives it to her straight. Like, okay, here's what it is. You cannot bow out of any more quick bars. Here's your, like, choice. And the choices are either you go home right now, or you stay and just, like, grind it out through anything. Can't opt out anything else. You have to just, like, do every single thing.
It is a cool deal. Like, you can leave and come back whenever. I mean, that is a generous offer.
It is generous, but the disappointment baked into the immediacy of it would be really hard for me as well. Like, thinking about, like, here I am in this moment versus a cool moment that I can have in a year or 2 years. Like, I don't know. That's a hard decision.
Especially, like, I mean, I know what she means. That adrenaline keeps you going, and you you slack off for, by the time you get home and that thing's screaming at you, like, you might feel a little different, but what we did get to see was everybody offer their help.
Yeah, but what I loved about it is, though, they did not show that moment until after she'd already decided. We saw her chit-chat with Justin.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, look, I don't really know what your pain level is, this and this and this. And she comes back. She's like, hell no, I'm staying. I'm going to, like, tough it out. And that is baller as hell.
See?
That is baller.
People working around food in a food environment that get along instead of go at each other's throats all the time. You asked me, Jeff, what kind of show would that be? And it would be this kind of show.
What is this tone that you're using with me right now? This, see, Sundi, not everything has to be terrible. Listen.
No. On our Vanderpump podcast, when I'm not digging how they're not getting along, and you're like, they can't get along. What kind of show would that be?
Fair.
This is the kind of show it would be. And isn't it nice? Isn't it a nice break?
It does feel good. I felt good because they were like, listen, I will...
Ha!
Take that back. You take that back, sir. But it is nice, but it's really nice that they're all saying this in the moment. I want to see it in execution. I want to see these folks when they are down to the minute and they're still trying to plate their shit and everybody is scrambling. We'll see. Put a pin in it. We'll see.
I'm just saying this moment. This was a nice moment.
And I just wrote, Rhoda with the upset. She's gonna murder Nana.
Said she will crush. That is exactly what I said.
That's right. And, come back for us on Wednesday for the Last Chance Kitchen to kind of
we'll
see.
Do that.
I'm going to be nice about it, but I mean, I'm obviously rooting for Rhoda. Don't tell Nana. Don't tell Nana. I don't know if you've already watched it, but I haven't watched it yet. So I'm rooting for Rhoda.
I'm excited. Very excited for next week. When we're in North Carolina, this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whole hog barbecue. Absolutely. Okay. I've done this. I enjoy it. I am all about it.
Okay. So the when I was watching, I did not get the scenes from the next. So mine cut off. So we're doing whole hog next week?
That's absolutely right. I know of a couple people that we saw. I'm going to wait and see exactly who all. We might get a whole Hall of Fame lineup here. We'll see.
I'm here for it.
They talk about not getting much sleep, so I'm guessing they're doing an overnight cook, like a 24-hour thing.
But you know what?
So
let's send them on an activity. Sure. Let's send them out. Maybe they can rock climb. They can mountain climb, trail bike.
The activity is cooking on this one.
Exactly. Come on.
All right.
Here's our rankings.
One stipulation.
Okay.
Let's try to have at least 3 in each one.
Okay.
Do you think you have that?
Yeah. Well, there's 10 left over, so one of them has to have 4. So my middle has 4.
So at least 3 could be in each one?
Yes.
Sorry, I made that very...
Listen, I'm not a numbers guy, Jeff. Okay, so we start with the defeated.
We're starting with defeated.
Okay. I picked Oscar only because he was in the least fave in both the quickfire and the elimination. I didn't want to do it. It was my pen did not even want to write it.
I know.
But you get in the bottom in both challenges, we gotta look at that. That's not nothing. I put Ziegler because I don't like his fucking face and I don't like his dude. And sadly, you mentioned this before we started recording, Lawrence. I think Lawrence might be on the choke.
In my defeated, I also have Lawrence. He has also mentioned home quite a bunch. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah, I'm putting it kind of is.
Okay.
Who knows? But I'm also putting both twins in still. I'm just
both twins and defeated?
They're both down there.
That is interesting.
And I had close by Oscar, but I did have them in the weeded. I also had Jen, Justin, and I was very upset with myself last week for putting him down to defeated. So he's back up to weeded for me.
So weeded is Justin, Jen, and who else?
Oscar, but I said that was close.
On the bubble.
I'm not putting in defeated. Okay. And then I've also got Seeger in there.
Okay, so for my weeded, I have Sherry. I feel like Jen, because shout out Jen, love you, but this arm situation is going to really be a hindrance to her. Justin, because we'll see. I need him to have one breakout episode where he wins or he just blows us away and they're all just this is so delicious.
The next one,
And then Brandon. And so I had to go back and look at my notes. It wasn't because I was watching. I had to go back and look at my notes about what I wrote. But that's why I put Brandon in the weeded. Don't ask me why. But that was a clearly just an academic choice with Brandon. For seeded, here's my tops. Anthony, Dwayne, and Jonathan.
Okay, I've only got one different.
Okay, what's yours?
Anthony, Dwayne, and Sherry.
So, you have been a fan of Sherry from jump. You see something in her, I see.
Yeah, I mean, you wanted that Kalamata dust.
Yeah, but there were some problems. Yeah, there were some problems. But we'll see. I mean...
I would have still put Rhoda in the seated had she not gotten eliminated.
That was a shock.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
But it was the plate was a shock.
Yeah, honestly. And I'm also bummed that we are not going to get to see her compete and be a contender with the others. I think
she comes back.
Right.
Whoever goes through LCK does come
right,
up.
But she's obviously going to beat Nan. But we have to see her sort of sequestered there. I would have liked to see her in the mix. To the end.
There's been some really fun people to watch tear through LCK, and I hope that's her.
Okay, I hope so too because I miss her in the mix.
Yeah,
the self-care crew is really dwindling.
All 10, 11 people left at this point. I would love to eat it all their places.
Yeah.
Like there's no one who I'm just blowing off. Like I mean,
I don't know,
wherever
Lawrence,
any of these people are. Okay, one different for
don't
Sundi.
don't make me a salad, Lawrence, please. I can't eat a greasy salad.
No. We've got our Top Chef mini episode coming Wednesday. We'll go over LCK
and our recommendations
and our cook challenge of the week.
Right. Which, yum. And this will be after our vintage. This will be after, this will be before Ladies of London. There's a lot going on. Y'all go to the social medias to see the pinned of the schedule. Sometimes I get mixed up about what day it is because these posts a little ahead of time, whatever. But social media, always, if you want to watch us instead of listen, go to YouTube. We are there. And, rate us. Send your emails to Jeff, whether it's mean or nice.
Send me all the emails. I want more email than Sundi.
That's right.
Please send it.
Yeah, nice or mean. Send them the mean ones. And, otherwise, keep coming back because we are in the thick of it. And I predict some, cat scratching high drama soon.
I'm looking forward to the togetherness.